Your cat has been doing it for years. Every time you walk toward the bathroom, they appear. They follow you down the hall, sit outside the door, push their way through it if you let them, and if you do not, they wait. You assumed it was quirky, maybe endearing, maybe slightly annoying. You gave it a name, clingy cat behavior, and moved on. What if that explanation was not just incomplete? What if it was entirely wrong? What if your cat was communicating something specific, something researchers have spent decades trying to name, and the bathroom was never the point at all? The follow does not start at the bathroom door. It starts the moment you stand up. And what is actually happening in the space between your chair and that hallway tells you something about your cat's internal world that most owners never get to see. Start with the most basic layer, what your cat actually is. Cats are crepuscular ambush predators by biology. They are wired to track movement, model patterns, and position themselves near events that matter. For thousands of years, survival meant knowing where everything was before anything happened. That wiring did not disappear when cats moved indoors. It redirected. Researchers at the University of Lincoln published findings in 2015 showing that domestic cats form specific, secure attachment bonds with their primary caregivers, the same category of bond that human infants form with a parent. Not every cat, not automatically, but the cats that follow you, the ones that appear when you move, the ones that watch which room you enter, those cats have built a detailed map of you. They know your patterns before you consciously run them. They have logged the sound of your particular footstep, the rhythm of your morning, the specific trajectory you take when you are heading somewhere you will close a door behind you. The bathroom is not the destination they are tracking. You are. Most people assume their cat follows them because cats are social in the way dogs are social, needy, pack-oriented, seeking company because aloneness is uncomfortable. That assumption is wrong, and the difference matters enormously. Dogs follow for cohesion. Separation from the group registers in the canine nervous system as threat. Cats follow for a categorically different reason. Dr. John Bradshaw at the University of Bristol spent over 30 years studying domestic cat behavior and concluded that cats do not perceive their owners as authority figures or pack members. They perceive them as a social anchor, a secure base. The follow is not submission and it is not separation anxiety. It is investment. Your cat is behind you because they cannot function without you. They are behind you because you are the most behaviorally unpredictable element in an environment they have otherwise fully mapped, and their brain is built to resolve uncertainty by moving toward its source. That word is worth sitting with. Unpredictable. Your cat has modeled nearly everything in your home: the hum of the refrigerator, the angle of afternoon light on the floor, the exact sound the front door makes when it opens versus when the wind moves it. You are the one variable they cannot fully solve, and a predator brain does not leave unsolved variables unattended. It follows them. The bathroom creates a specific kind of cognitive disruption that other rooms do not. You close a door, you vanish from the model, you reappear minutes later unchanged. From your cat's neurological perspective, this is not a mundane domestic event. It is a low-level disappearance that requires resolution. Researchers at the University of Tokyo published a study in 2013 testing whether cats maintained a mental model of their absent owner's location. They played recordings of the owner's voice coming from directions that contradicted where the owner had last been seen. The cats showed measurable orienting responses: head rotation, sustained ear positioning toward the sound source, visible alertness. The cats were not simply reacting to a sound. They were detecting a mismatch between where their internal models said the owner should be and where the evidence suggested the owner actually was. When the model broke, they noticed. That is what the bathroom follow is. Not neediness, not affection in the sentimental sense. Your cat is running a location model of you at all times, and the closed door is a data gap they have decided is not acceptable to leave open. If this is already changing how you see your cat, hit subscribe. There's more in this video, and this channel goes deep on what your cat is actually doing when you think they are just doing nothing. Here's where most popular advice gets it completely wrong. The standard explanation you will find repeated across pet forums and lifestyle articles is that cats follow to the bathroom because of the smell, the warmth, or the acoustics. Cool tiles, good echo, interesting scents. These explanations are comfortable because they are harmless and simple. They are also not supported by behavioral research. Dr. Kristen Vitale at Oregon State University published work in 2019 testing how securely attached cats used their owners in unfamiliar environments. When placed in a new space alongside their owner, a stranger, and a toy, the majority of securely attached cats used their owner as a positional anchor. They explored outward from where the owner stood. They returned to the owner when the environment felt uncertain. They monitored the owner's location even while engaged with something else. The bathroom follow is that same behavior inside your home. The smell is not the draw. The location of their secure base is. And when you close the door, you have removed the anchor without warning. This also explains why the following intensifies at specific moments. After you have been away for hours, the monitoring on your return is more persistent. When your daily patterns shift because you are working from home or you are unwell, your cat's tracking behavior changes in response. Dr. Vitale's 2019 study found that approximately 65% of cats showed secure attachment behaviors toward their primary caregiver. 65%. That means for most cats in most homes, this behavior is not random, is not about the room, and is not a personality quirk. It is a structured attachment display that your cat has no verbal means to make. Now, the layer that most owners never consider, and the one that implicates you without accusing you of anything. Your internal state is not invisible to your cat. Researchers at Linköping University in Sweden published findings in 2019 documenting long-term cortisol synchronization between owners and their pets. Animals living in close proximity to a primary caregiver over months and years show physiological stress patterns that begin to mirror that caregiver's. Your cat is not reading your thoughts. They are reading your body, the micro changes in your movement, the difference in how quickly you walk when you are running late versus when you are relaxed, the specific quality of stillness you have when something is wrong. Cats who follow persistently have often been studying these signals for years. They are not reacting to your mood in a simple cause and effect sense. They have built a predictive model of what different versions of you mean for the immediate future. And a you that is stressed, rushing, or distracted is a you that is harder to predict, which means a you that requires closer monitoring. You did not cause this. You could not have known it was happening. This is not a problem to fix. It is your cat doing exactly what a highly calibrated observational predator does when it has identified one entity in its environment as the most important variable. They watch you the way researchers watch subjects they cannot fully control, with attention, with patience, with a readiness to respond the instant the data changes. The cats that follow most persistently are not the most anxious. They are not the most damaged or the most insecure. They are the most observant, the most invested, the most certain that you are worth the effort of tracking. What you can do with this is smaller than most advice suggests. You do not need to train the behavior out of your cat. You do not need to build deliberate independence or desensitize them to closed doors. The research from Dr. Vitale's lab and the University of Lincoln both point toward the same conclusion. The secure attachment producing this behavior is the same attachment that predicts lower overall stress levels, faster recovery from unfamiliar situations, and more adaptive behavior across the lifespan in domestic cats. The follow is not a symptom of something wrong. It is evidence of something that went very right. There is a version of this that took years to build, quietly, through mornings and evenings and ordinary Tuesdays where you moved through your home and your cat moved with you. It did not require training. It did not require effort on your part in any deliberate sense. It required only that you were present and consistent and worth returning to. The cat waiting outside the bathroom door right now is not confused. They are not anxious. They know exactly where you are. They simply decided at some point that neither of you can precisely locate that knowing where you are matters, that when you disappear, you are still worth holding in mind, that the door between you is a temporary condition, not a permanent one, and they are prepared to wait until it becomes a hallway again.